nice, cool studio to work in. We had it made, but of course, I got some notes here, some things that we can talk about. Try to stay structured a little bit, but before we get to the meat of this episode and what it really is about, why are we filming in a destroyed basement?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it would be fun. Actually, it would be kind of funny if we just never.
What? Just never address it.
Never address it. We never address why the lighting, the camera, the audio all sucks right now.
Or why it looks like he's going fishing.
Yeah.
Who?
You. I was just outside, and I don't do outside.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, when we started filming at this set, we never kind of gave the location away. But all right, cat's out of the bag.
Hey, no location.
What's he gonna say? Your address? You stupid head.
We're in Montana.
This is Melvor's basement. We've been filming in Melvor's basement for a while now.
Now you know it is Montana because there are no basements.
There is no basements in Texas except for a few areas.
Except for the Alamo.
Wait, does Montana have basements?
They have a better chance of having them than we do.
We can't derail too much in this.
Regardless, the sump pump failed. Let's just say things got out of hand because nature decided it wanted to backhand me and say, screw you. Plumbers come in on Friday. Well, I'm going to have 2 torrents of rain that are going to come all night long 2 nights before the plumber gets here. And it basically flooded everything. And
There's just 2 pumps down here that suck up the water whenever it rains, and they both went out at the same time.
So basically the whole basement is ruined.
Yeah.
Ruined. And I'm like calling... I'm calling you saying, hey, yo, I think it's Friday. This was a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, hey, so we on for Sunday? Shooting? You go, what? Are you kidding me? And I'm like, what do you mean?
I thought you were trying to be funny.
No, I wasn't trying to be funny. I like, is there something I should know about? Yeah. The basement's been destroyed. And then I was reading my text and I saw where you had actually said it because in the group chat.
Yeah, because you said I'm filming, and he's like, "You didn't tell?"
Well, I called him after. Then I saw that. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's not good. And so, he goes, hey, you want to come over here and at least get some footage because, well, first of all, he said, it's cool because insurance is going to cover it. And by insurance, he means a Dodongo in here pulling up carpet. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll come by and I'll get some footage of Dodongo working, make some good B-roll. I come over here, Dodongo sure was. He was hard at work, sawing off logs on the couch, asleep at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be working.
No, forget the fact that the first night I was here, me and Melvor were up till 3 in the fucking morning doing stuff, moving stuff around, and he told me yesterday, he goes, yeah, I come over, the dog goes to sleep on the couch, and there's a 6-foot square foot area that's tore up.
6 foot.
That's all we had got accomplished by then.
He had said, yeah, we've been working on it for a few days. So I came down thinking, oh man, this place is gonna be torn up, and well, 6 feet of it was.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is we do still have the shed, except we had to move a ton of stuff into the shed because it was flooded down here. So that's filled with stuff.
And let's also say the reason why we stopped using the shed. So that was the videos that we would shoot. They had the 80s background. They had the paneling and the
couch,
the sofa.
couch and all that.
Well, that was in a shed, and the floor began to disintegrate in that place. It's like basically rotting away. So we were kind of desperate to figure out a place. Why we never thought of using your basement before. But it actually turned out great. I mean, it turned out to be actually the perfect place. The ceiling could be a little bit higher because I hid my head. But other than that, it's a really great place to film, except when it floods.
It's only this one spot where the ceiling's like lower.
It's ductwork in there is why.
And it's air conditioning too, because I know that, a lot of times...
That's the big thing. You're like, dude, I can't handle the heat.
Oh, yeah, because, well, that's the thing, because the air conditioners in that place were always so... loud that we'd have to shut them off in order to shoot. And I know that people would oftentimes see a video that we shot back there and goes, why are you guys sweating? Well, because it's like 98 degrees. That's why we were sweating.
Yeah.
It was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. So coming in here, down here and filming was just like a game changer.
Which is why we stopped filming in your garage.
We stopped filming in my garage. Yeah, it was just, look, hey, when it's in the summer in Texas, you have to be in the air conditioning, or else it's just, you're gonna sweat your ass off. That's just the way it is. But yeah, no, this is not a good thing. So what's the estimates for this thing getting done?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Isn't that what they say in Money Pit?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
That's a good movie.
No.
Yeah, 2 weeks. No, so you know what?
Okay.
It sucks, but it's been a comical sucking. There's
Just didn't sound right.
Plenty. I know that didn't. There's been plenty of shenanigans.
Like you're getting told jokes while you're.
Insurance is there's enough money in insurance to where it's going to take care of this stuff. It's just going to be a lot of elbow grease for Dodongo. Which means we're screwed, so that 2 weeks is going to be 2 years.
No, I will have this thing. I will have the rest of the sheetrock tore out by the end of this week. This Tuesday, right?
So
by Monday, everything will be tore out, and all the insulation will be removed.
There was a company that was going to handle all of this, but insurance decided they were going to do what insurance companies do and not give us what we thought, what the company thought we were going to get. So we were like, okay, so guys, we're going to have to do this on our own. If not, we're going to have no money left. But they told us basically what they do. They take 2 feet out at standard, make sure it's completely dried out of the sheetrock. You know, we've obviously pulled the carpet and stuff already, and so it's just after we get all this taken care of, it's a waiting game for a few weeks to make sure everything's dried out before we start putting sheetrock in. And the good thing is we know how to do sheetrock. We're probably going to do a cheaper.
Who the f is we?
I worked in the paint department for a decade. Okay.
I want to see this because I don't believe you.
I can texture.
Bull.
I can color match. I can do everything. You're gonna be sitting there with your thumb up your butt, not knowing what to do anyways. So you're not gonna be any help. I'm gonna be doing this.
Show me this.
This is a perfect opportunity to put some badass 80s wallpaper.
We should document it and do like one of the HGTV kind of like home renovation shows, and like have like the fancy credits and stuff on the bottom, and like the fancy editing, and make like a whole thing of it.
Except
that's not a bad idea.
Except it also looks like an episode of Hoarders.
Right now it does. Oh, dude, that's not a bad idea. We should do that.
It's actually, well, hey, we'll film that.
I will film.
And I'll put the...
And I'll edit it too.
Yeah, right. Right.
We know how that goes.
So are you paying Dodongo in beer?
Dodongo's being paid in food and Transformers.
Ooh.
So...
Oh, I didn't know about the Transformers.
It smells like butt down here. It's pretty nasty, mildewy smell. It's not good. No, sir, I don't like it.
I'm irritated. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night, okay? Because insomnia, not because I was up playing the show. I did that 2 nights before, actually. I was up till like 7 playing video games. Anyways, I didn't know I was going to be moving freaking carpet and padding.
Moldy.
Yeah. And then we got to go to the freaking dump, okay?
I've never been to a dump that's been that much of a pain in the ass.
Dude, it used to be 1 free dump a month, and I guess it went down to 2 a year.
It went down to 2 a year.
Well, now they charge you. I had to pay $11 out of my own pocket. Okay.
So did I, because we had 2 truckloads.
And then on the way home, I just happened to look at the gas gauge. It's below the line.
Oh, wait. Hey, so he's driving Melvor's truck.
I'm driving Melvor's truck. Sorry.
Dude, it smells like Jay's butt. This is raunchy. So you realized I had no gas in the truck.
Yeah. So I'm like, I call Rob. I'm like, hey, this moron needs gas. Pull over, please. So we go to the gas station. I'm sitting there just waiting. He never gets out of the truck. So I go over there, tap, tap, tap on the back window, rolls it down. I'm like, you gonna pump some gas? This dude is going through his wallet and is like, I don't have anything. Here's what's up. We get back to the house. I'm like, dude, how do you leave the house? You got your wallet, but you don't have your debit card. Well, I never have my debit card in my wallet in case I lose my wallet. So you knew your debit card wasn't in your wallet, yet you were rifling through it. What were you looking for?
I was
a snow cone punch card?
No, normally I'll keep a credit card or two in there. I don't keep my bank card because that's where everything's funneled through. You lose that, you're kind of screwed. Then you got to mess with the bank and it could mess up automatic payments and stuff. But I normally keep a couple of credit cards in there. And all I had was my Target card right now for some reason.
Can't you use that is that like a regular credit card or Target card?
I don't think so.
No, you can just use it at Target.
Is it just Target?
It's just Target.
Okay, I don't have one. I don't know. Also, because I went to the dump, now I have this aroma of like landfill around. It's everywhere. It's stuck in Billy's truck now.
Yeah.
I get to go home and take a cold shower because I have not had hot water since like Thursday.
Why not?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Have you inquired?
Yeah. They said, well, maybe Tuesday.
I mean, it's just going to be a little delay. It's not the end of the world. The money is not a problem.
It's got to dry for 2 weeks after we get all the insulation.
It's just going to be a waiting time. We're either going to be like filming in San
It's going to be a month.
It's going to be a month.
It's going to be about a month and a half.
Month and a half tops, yeah.
So, why don't you do it for Retropalooza that's coming up?
When is Retropalooza coming up? Which one is it? Houston?
Retropalooza Houston coming up in May 20.
Dude, I swear you got Houston like 3 times a year now.
Twice, 2. I got an anime show out there and a game show out there.
When is it though? Because
I still haven't been able to come out to any of the Houston shows yet.
I can't see that far.
Retropalooza May 24th and 25th. That is actually coming up in next weekend. So I don't know if this is even going to be up by then. But go to retropaloozahouston.com. We're going with a Ninja Turtles theme. I've got Brian Tachi, who is the voice of Leonardo in the first 3 original Ninja Turtles movies. He was also Takashi in Revenge of the Nerds, and he was the only Asian guy in Police Academy. I've got Ken Scott, who was the in-costume actor for Raphael in the second movie, and Ernie Reyes Jr., who was actually Donatello in the costume in the first movie, and he was Kino, the main human actor in the second movie.
He was also in Sidekicks. You remember that show? That was a good show.
And
nobody remembers that.
He was in Surf Ninja. I said the wrong date. May 25th, 26th. We are sold out. This building capacity, we have 104 tables, and we actually sold 106. So I got to figure out how to make that work. But
put one on top of the other.
What are you, a noob?
Yes. This is my very first show. Even though I've been doing this 11 years. Yes.
All right, so before we move on to the subjects, I do want to make a quick little plug here. If you are looking for some Game Chasers merch and you want to get it for dirt cheap, then I'm going to put the sign up for Whatnot down here in the description.
The heck is that?
It's a place where you can actually do some live auctions, but the main reason is all the merch that we can sell. So shirts, posters, VHSs, all kinds of stuff that we make is actually on that site. And if you use the link to sign up, you can get $15 off of any purchase that you make, meaning that the shirts, which I already have pretty cheap, I put the shirts at like 16, 17, 18 bucks compared to what most people charge for shirts, which is like 25 these days. So they're already cheap. And if you get that $15 off because you use our link to sign up, then they become almost free. Of course, there's taxes and shipping that you have to pay, but that's with anything. So I highly recommend doing it. And look, if you don't like the app afterwards, after you get your dirt cheap merch, then you could always delete it.
Delete it.
That's all you gotta do. There's no obligation to, keep an account or anything like that.
You're giving the trolls the ammo.
We've always sold merch.
Yes, I know. But we were just talking about how the last time somebody's basement flooded and they dared put a link to their Patreon in it, they got reamed online.
I think that's a different video, actually.
Is it?
He's not asking for money for the basement.
Yeah, I'm not making the net. You're not getting a dime of it.
I know, but if
no merch sales are going to go pay for the basement, does that make you happy?
It does.
It
does because.
And even if they did, so f***ing what? We spent money to get that shit made. We can spend the money when we sell it however the f*** we want.
No kidding.
Notice how I don't have those glasses on. My.
I'm making a shirt of that. I'm making a shirt of that, by the way.
Better not.
I'm making a shirt. So one of the shirts on Whatnot, that you can get. That's only going to. By the way, Whatnot is going to have exclusive merch.
This is amazing.
Whatnot is going to have exclusive merch. Some of the merch is on our store, but some of this you can only get on Whatnot, and this is going to be one of them. I'll put it up digitally.
In the 80s, nerds got dealt with.
Who was it? Was it?
I don't know.
Was it
I don't
you
know.
that thought that was actually a picture of him? I was watching a video the other day and somebody was like, I thought that was just Melvor was having a bad day.
A bad face day.
What type of deviant is actually going to pay money for that?
You'd be surprised.
We'll sell at least a few.
We'll sell at least a few.
I'd buy that for $1.
I would never buy that.
Oh no!
I made an alternate version. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it because I have to send off to get them made. But the underneath it doesn't say Melvor the Great. It just says "Soccer moms are hot."
That I'd definitely buy. I would.
That's just embarrassing.
It's getting old.
It's getting old.
It's getting old.
But your shenanigans aren't.
My
You're
shenanigans.
just negativity, constantly beating all of us down.
Negativity spreader.
Somebody.
Yeah, this is boring. Can we talk about something else?
Somebody.
Can we go back to talking about Retropalooza?
Somebody has
That's
to
you.
keep you guys grounded.
That's you.
What did you guys think of the last episode? How it was?
I want to hear from Robbie on this.
Which one was the last episode?
The last episode, estate sales, dildo.
Oh my.
I want to hear from Robbie on this.
Why
It's
me?
just Robbie.
Because you haven't said anything.
Well, I mean, it was amazing. I mean, going to a place like that and seeing. I mean, and plus, look, the way that he puts those together is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
And seeing it, yes, it's one thing to be there and to see it all, but then to see the visual like representation of what you guys get to see is kind of awesome. And yeah, can we stop with the doll rooms, please? That's
The door.
that's really all I gotta say.
Oh, that was with the mansion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all went to a few places in that one.
Yeah.
I liked.
I saw it. I watched it the other day.
I like elements like that. When we go to the doll room or things like that, it kind of breaks up the pace of whatever's happening, or we're going to look at his stuff. I could like break it down for like 2 minutes and just talk about dolls, which I find creepy anyway.
Look, first of all, I'm really glad that you guys have finally started coming out to estate sales with me, like on Fridays. Every estate sale has a Christmas room, stupid ornaments. Dude, when I go in there, I go,
Yep.
or I would say 80% of the time, a creepy doll room.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
If not a creepy doll room, there's at least dolls there
Yes.
on a shelf.
Something. Yes.
Every
80%.
time I walk into a doll room, I wish I had a fucking baseball bat with me. I'm not even playing, dude.
So you saw the episode.
I saw that.
What did you
plus
think
I've
of-
been quite a few doll rooms in my
So that
doing
mansion-
windows.
That mansion
Yeah.
had multiple doll rooms.
It was like 5.
God, no,
Well,
that
it was,
no.
It was
Oh,
that
no.
whole part of the house.
That's
had dolls on.
that's the house
They had a
that.
wing.
That's a creepy.
They had a wing in this mansion.
I don't know if I could sleep in a house like that.
I'm not
Like
even,
for real.
It's dude,
They
there's
just
so much.
creep me out a little bit.
I'm immune to it. And I was about to say, I'm immune to it now. I do so much estate sales, like nothing surprises me anymore in an estate sale. I'm like, creepy dolls, cool.
I mean, it's not like I'm not like terrified of them. You know what I mean? It's just like
Kind of sounds like it.
You
no,
felt the
no.
weight,
I'm just
didn't you?
I'm
You
not
said
trying to
you felt the
sleep
weight.
in a room with creepy dolls at all. I can't sleep in a room full of creepy
You're
dolls.
afraid they're haunted?
Didn't Annabelle?
No.
That's a creepy
I
doll.
just
right.
don't-
Was
don't
the
like
game had a
fucking-
doll, didn't it? With Michael Douglas. Was that a clown doll? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The game, yeah, but it wasn't paranormal. It wasn't.
That was part of
Wasn't
the
a
game.
paranormal.
That was part of the game.
Sure. Okay. Fair.
No, I really did feel like
Wasn't like
a
Poltergeist.
weird. I had a weird vibe in that room, just like a heavy weight, like hyperventilating stuff. And I don't think it was actually literally from being scared. I think it was from legit paranormal.
Did you see that keyboard we picked up?
That was in that episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that.
the same one that we had.
Oh, yeah.
He had.
Yeah.
He cleaned out. There was some battery corrosion in there. He cleaned it out. He cleaned it out real nice, actually.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't tested it yet, but
Man,
hope it comes on.
that'd be
Yeah.
We had that one growing up.
That exact
model.
I sent him a
It
picture,
was.
and he thought it was a big one. And then I called him, and he came in. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, that's it."
Yeah, see, that's one thing. Like y'all talked about that in the episode, but I didn't include the call and all that stuff.
Right. Well, I
That-
think he would
that's-
check his phone because he never does. I'm surprised he answered it. The only reason he answered it is because
Well, we were in different zip codes. That house was so freaking.
the house was large. Oh, we didn't even get to the basement. They had that blocked off.
They had the
you know,
basement.
telling what was down there.
Oh, there was a basement. You're right.
Yeah.
So there are basements.
We had the mother-in-law suite, which is bigger than this house.
I say, were y'all at the Alamo?
Dude, it was
nuts.
big.
And we were doing, you know, because we're planning on doing another movie, and so we were also location scout. We don't actively location scout, but if there's something out and about when we're out, we're like, oh, this might actually work. That house was actually perfect for something that we have in mind.
I'm always looking anywhere I'm at. If I see something, I'm just like, no, I can use that for this shot. I could use that for this shot.
And I actually took some stills of like, well, I guess you would consider like storyboarding, but is that house going to be available when we film? No, probably not, but it was just kind of giving me ideas.
You thinking just exterior? Oh, you were thinking interior too, right?
Oh, the interior is roomy enough to.
See, what I think, I don't think this was on the episode, but whoever buys that house, they're gonna gut it.
Yeah.
Like all that old look in there, it's gonna be completely updated, which isn't a bad thing for, the scene that we're talking about right now with the.
Yeah, there's no real
Dinner
sort
party,
of there's real no sort of aesthetic
Right.
established in it.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of sucks that they're gonna ruin that look.
Probably. Well,
See it in
maybe
There's a lot of wood.
a lot of wood.
a lot of wood.
A lot of wood. Some updating might be
lose its
fine,
character.
but yeah, thank you. It's going to lose its character.
They're going to steal the time period from it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I was really kind of disappointed during the whole filming process of that entire house section. But we were there for maybe like 40 minutes or so, but on camera and the edit, it's like 5. But I discovered that the whole day we had been shooting in 720 on my phone. Because when we go to estate sales, we don't want to bring the big camera. But although now I'm thinking maybe it doesn't matter because every time we go into an estate sale and try to film, nobody says anything. Not only do they not say anything, it's like they're excited we're there. It's like, oh, what are you filming? Like,
If anything,
That's true.
you bring the big camera and people are going to be even more excited. Like, hey,
Well, I think the things have changed because we got kicked out. We had a string of getting kicked out of flea markets because of the camera. But no one's ever said anything about cell phones. So when we go outside now, a cell phone, and now people are
Nobody
very
bats
open
an eye
and
at
welcome.
nobody buys an eye. Well, I think for the estate sales, I think in their mind, since they are a company, it's not like the owners of the house. It's a company.
Yeah,
So they're probably thinking promotion.
That's true.
So that's one aspect. But on the other hand, also, I've noticed that it's completely different at flea markets now. And even in this episode when we went to Houston, I remember we remarked several times that how different it is because before when you were filming and a vendor would ask you, hey, what's going on with the camera? You tell them, blah, blah, blah. Now, their immediate response is they'll look up to you and you go, say, so what's your YouTube channel? What's your TikTok?
I think people just got used to
They know. They automatically know.
I think there's been just like a rash of, yeah, exactly, YouTubers popping up out of nothing,
Yeah.
documenting their shopping.
Yeah. Well, it happened when me and you went to Trader's Village that early morning on an episode that actually hasn't been done yet. When we were there filming, there was 2 people, or at least 2, maybe 3 people that did the exact same thing, and I pointed it out to you. Remember?
No.
Okay, I'm not surprised in the slightest.
It's too early in the morning. You
not
can't expect
surprised.
me to remember that type of stuff.
you know what? God, I didn't even think about it, but you're right, though. Last time me and Devin went, we filmed at the flea market. People, that was like the immediate response. Hey, what's y'all's channel?
Yeah.
What are y'all, what are y'all filming for? Essentially. And I was like, okay. We went out there to get some death whistles.
Is that like death sticks?
No, like was it Aztec, the death whistles. They used to make them, and whenever they'd line up for war and shit like that, like each one, like they could make it to where it sounds like a jaguar and stuff like that. So everybody would blow these death whistles and shit. And it would scare off the other army sometimes. They'd be like, shit.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. But what was your reasoning for getting a death whistle? Some may ask.
I heard about it from Devin. I don't know. You wanted a death
Planning on
whistle.
battling that you.
Is there a death whistle store out there?
Ninjas. Yeah. There's a death whistle store out there. Apparently, they had a bunch of them.
It's
the
such
same
a
reason why
popular
he
thing. There's a whole store.
Yeah, because you got to battle ninjas, motherfucker. That's what I just said.
So overall, what would you give the episode, like, out of a 1 through 10?
10, a fucking 10. Yeah. No, it was good.
I'd say it's one of the better ones.
It was a good.
So, dude, here's a question.
Solid 7.
Here's a question. Now, I love doing the estate sales. We just don't often find games there. So I was pondering the idea of possibly us doing a separate estate sale series where it's just like we go to estate sales. It's literally that's it.
No,
Not the Game Chasers.
I agree with James.
Transition.
But see, because it was something that he had said in that episode too. Is, you know, he had said it's like, hey, it's just, instead of it just being solely about games, yes, that is y'all's priority, y'all's priority, you know, number one. But incorporate everything, pop culture, everything that you guys collect into.
Yes, but I'm not talking about collecting. I'm talking about we're going to go to plenty of estate sales. 9 times out of 10, we're not going to find anything. Nothing. Not pulp culture or anything. Not games or nothing.
Well,
I don't want to waste that footage. Right? Well, what I'm saying is like just the very action of going to estate sales and just looking at people's houses and exploring inside these houses. It's almost like a suburban exploration. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you can go and
like a suburban exploration.
and spy to see how the other half lives.
No.
Essentially,
I don't think that that's a bad idea.
I think that's a thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs down for me too.
And why is that?
Because what's the difference? Would be either we find something on Game Chasers or we don't. We still use it.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We went out and we went estate selling all day, like that day that you were late.
There's plenty of episodes where there are whole busts, where there's nothing found. As long as it's entertaining, enough people will watch.
I say I like.
I mean, unless you're going to use just like the non-fine stuff as something completely different.
It's
house exploration.
well, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
like-
if we find something,
I don't know. Weigh in.
It's like spying on people.
What do you
extent.
guys think? I think that's a bad idea to make a whole other series of that. You might as well just make a whole other channel for that if we're going to do that.
well, I don't think that that's necessary. But what the point is, I'm going to start filling up space on my hard drive. That's us just going to an estate sale and just being like, well, there was a doll. All right, now what? Off to the next one.
Wait, did you think we were going to say that was a good idea?
Huh?
Did you think we were going to?
Well,
say that was
I
a
figured
good
I
idea?
figured you'd have some common sense. Yeah.
Rob.
So
weigh in.
have the footage never be seen. They're gonna love that.
Half the footage is never seen when we go out because nothing.
That's a good thing?
Because nothing's found. Well, even when we go out to flea markets, if there's nothing entertaining or interesting happening, we don't use this stuff. That happens.
Yes, but all flea markets are all the same. You go to a flea market, you eat. So what's the big deal? You just there's something inherently interesting about going into some random house.
Well, then let's just do urban exploration and find some dilapidated, you know what I mean, buildings.
I mean, we were going to do that anyway.
I figure, look, this is just my opinion. I figure the estate sales fit in with the channel anyway. It's just whether you find stuff or not. It's just like going to a flea market. And finding anything.
But he wants to put non-fine stuff with the
Yeah, but
state
there's
sales.
still okay. What about that entire last half of that one episode where it's all about you farting in the flea market or the
antique store.
yeah, whatever.
We
the
have
antique
plenty
mall.
of episodes where there's hardly any fines, if any.
So what's the difference?
The difference is
He wants to make it its own thing.
the difference is most of the time when we go to the flea market and don't find anything, it's boring shit. So of course I don't want to show it.
Sure.
But going into the estate sales, I think is just inherently more interesting if nothing is found.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
I know I wouldn't watch it if
Well, if they were on like that house, maybe. But I mean, just random people's houses. I don't know.
Yes, but also I don't see anybody else doing it. I don't see anybody else doing it.
man, that sounds like an old lady show.
I say this. It's not the Game Chasers,
Because
so it's not going to affect those
You're
views.
just gonna have a bunch of footage of old dolls and Christmas ornaments.
Some of these houses that we go into are interesting. Like that one that we went into where it was that man cave. Like I didn't show much of it, but there are people that would be interested in looking at that kind of stuff.
Well, that's good bonus material, bonus videos.
I say
Which I think we should do more of. If there's a lot of interesting stuff that doesn't make it in an episode, we make sub-episodes, if you will, that show a lot of that stuff. We make sub-episodes, if you will, that show a lot of that stuff. We make sub-episodes, if you will, that show a lot of that stuff. We make sub-episodes, if you will, that show a lot of that stuff, like just expanding on an episode.
So what about a show where we go around and find dildos in the street?
You know what? I mean, seriously.
You know what? You were
You know
way
what?
too
That was a
playful
one
over that.
in a million chance right there, dude.
And that there was a guy
one
there
in a-
waiting.
I know. Dude, that made it a 1 in 100 million chance that there
That-
were 2 of you idiots wanting to pick up that dildo.
I was
You know what's funny is that episode's gonna get back to that guy. Somebody's gonna
I hope
recognize
so.
him and say, "Hey,
And him,
I want to know what he did.
Shit, we should put a fucking extra video out saying, "Hey, do you know who this guy is?"
I kind of like what we're doing here. Like we're talking about the episodes.
yeah,
I think we should do more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like let's go back. It's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's start talking
not
about.
they're written down right here.
Yeah, no, I said we should do more.
Let me see how many misspellings are on that paper.
No, we're gonna get all right, we gotta start going. Maybe if you didn't have a destroyed basement, we could go longer, and you could.
Yeah, because we could have been filming since fucking 9:30 this morning.
Okay. By the way, I was about to take my seatbelt off, or actually, I think I did take it off. I was about to get out of the car, and I saw that guy. And something in my brain told me that he was going right for that dildo. That wasn't just a pedestrian.
So I like the idea of doing more estate sale stuff, like you're talking about. I find those more interesting, and garage sales.
Estate sales, I think, is just inherently more interesting if nothing is found.
I don't think so.
You just find so much more stuff, whether you buy it or not.
I
That's one
think
thing.
it's a more interesting experience, versus the flea markets.
Last Friday, I ran across so many like jumpsuits from like the 80s and 90s. Like Beverly Goldberg would have been in heaven.
How many did you buy?
And I didn't. Well, because I didn't because I know you. Hang on.
Oh, you finally started watching it though.
I haven't. I'm on my second go around on it.
Okay.
I'm on season
Dude,
4.
that took you years.
I know.
kept
It's
telling you.
amazing.
Well, both of us kept telling-
But I know. But I ran across probably like 3 or 4 sets for like $15, $12.
Anything else on last episode? Like, so why were you so sleepy?
What last
Oh,
episode?
yeah, that's
What'd you think about Chief? Like his haul and stuff.
dude. He got the arc for like what, $75? Like that was the weird thing is there was nothing made of that. Do you realize how good of a price that was?
I don't keep up with the newer Transformers.
Holy moly! And like even the comments, like nobody mentioned it. Like that was like.
What does that usually go for?
Well,
Chief?
it's off the market right now.
Chief
so the
bought a bunch
prices
of stuff that-
automatically blow up on those Transformers.
Chief bought a bunch of stuff that he can resell, and that's why. Because I think I was doing a watchy on stream one night, and people were like, "Why'd you pass on it? Why'd you pass on it?" Because I didn't need it, I had it. 2, I knew Chief was going to turn around and resell it. If I would have bought it. If I would have bought it, though, I'm not even talking about just that. Like, there was a Predacon and there was the lunchbox. Like, if I'd have bought it, then I just would have had 2. Now, if I was a reseller like Chief likes to resell, yeah, I'd have snatched it up in a heartbeat. Easy. But I had it and I didn't need a second, so.
Good.
This is a good price. If Chief wasn't there, I'd have probably bought it. But I knew Chief could make some money on it, so I let it go. Because he even asked me if I wanted it.
No, because that arc like retail was like 170, 180.
Was it really? What was the price on it?
Once you can't find them anymore, that price almost doubles.
I don't keep up with the newer stuff.
Like
Have
they
you been
go
looking
Mega
for-
Supreme is like 400 plus right now.
Do you have it? The arc?
No, I don't have the arc. No, I was never able to get that one. So that was $75.
It's funny because if he gets new kid stuff, he'll put it aside and text me. Be like, yeah, I bought like boxes of new kids.
I can't believe the stuff that he comes across.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. So you asked why I was so tired. Well, what did Chief say in his interview?
He made some bad life choices.
He said Jay does what Jay does. And he was
Jay
partying.
does what Jay does.
We drank.
Well, you were late in the first part here. Also, we were at my place and we were watching TV when you should have been there, but you were asleep.
We're watching Dreamscape.
We had enough time to watch half of Dreamscape by the time
Okay,
we got.
Not half.
Okay, you like I streamed.
Making a
Listen,
estimator for the dang show. Okay,
Well,
why
you
do
just-
you gotta ruin the illusion?
because
huh?
you're lying and you're always lying about.
I'm exaggerating slightly.
When I'm up till 5, 6 in the morning streaming, yeah, pardon me if I'm a half hour late.
It was
Okay.
more than half an hour.
It was not. shit.
It was half a movie.
Bullshit. It's half a movie, apparently. Dude, you lie all the time. You embellish like a motherfucker, dude.
To make you look bad, it works.
But I wasn't
I forgot
late.
what you
Hang
were
on.
saying.
I wasn't late that morning. And to my credit, Billy was like, get up. I got right the fuck up, didn't I? Could have pulled the Dodongo and been like, all right. I didn't, though.
Yeah, I'm never late.
I need to see Dreamscapes on Blu-ray.
I'm always right on time.
Of course it is.
Because when I show up, that's when I was supposed to show up.
Interesting.
Never late.
I was right on time.
Right
That's
on
when I
time.
show up. That's my time.
No, I was just up late the night before freaking... We were probably playing poker and drinking beer.
Like you were dead the whole day. Like how awake were you?
I was fine, except when I was writing, then that was my nap time.
So the energy drinks did nothing.
Oh, the energy drinks did nothing, no. Dude, I can drink a freaking energy drink and go take a nap.
Speaking of dead, what was you guys' excuses for the last time you guys got together to film one of these? Because I was laughing last night. Billy calls. He says, "I'll go to get something filmed." And I was like, "What about that stuff you guys filmed a couple of weeks ago that I walked in on?" And I was like, "Wow, this is like
No idea what you're talking about.
I know it was that forgettable." I mean, it was like
No, it's just been like 3 weeks since we filmed.
Billy says, because I knew, and Billy says, I was like, "What about all that footage shot? It sucks, okay?" I was laughing for 5 minutes straight, dude, because I came in on you guys, and that was like the lowest energy I've ever seen you guys. You guys were hurting, man.
He said it sounded like an old lady crochet session.
Oh, you heard me say that?
You told me that last night.
Yeah.
What?
An old lady crochet session.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
It was like a podcast for crocheting or
Was
something.
he here?
Yeah, it was the three of you guys, and it was painful. I came down.
I
here
want to
for
see
about-
this footage.
for about
I have
10
no
minutes.
idea what he's talking about.
I don't even remember.
He was like, I was
2
like,
hours and he couldn't use any
like-
of it.
yeah, I was like, there's 2 hours just like going through it all. I was like, there's not even a segment. He's like, there's not even enough for a short.
Do you know how hard it is to just like be on all the freaking time? There's days, I'm not gonna lie, there's days where like I get that freaking text because it's never like, hey, next week it's tomorrow 9 a.m. I get that text at midnight and I'm like, oh God. So sometimes I come in just like,
No, I hear you.
I gotta be like, all right, let's go.
I hear you because last night he's like, hey, tomorrow? I was like, no, not tomorrow. I'm tired.
Don't know, because I called you earlier and I sent you text earlier.
I don't do your texts anymore. I've turned off notifications.
Then you can't blame me for
I've
calling
turned
you
off
at the last minute.
notifications because you guys in your text are acting like fourth graders.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
We have
Like posting
painting.
drawings of houses and sons?
You're
What are you talking about?
hearting everything, and you guys know why you're doing it.
Hey,
you
we
guys,
like the
you guys
text.
no.
I love the text. I loved it. I thought it was a great. I thought it was a great comment.
No, I said
Wow.
K last night, and he hearts it, and I'm like,
They know why you guys know why you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
We know how
So
to
that's
do
why
it.
that's why I've turned off notifications, so I don't see those texts.
Okay.
But anyways, he's like,
You need to start checking.
Oh, you said, and don't give me this because you knew I didn't want to do it because you said fine, I'll load up a truckload of that carpet and take it, and I was like, okay,
You
fine.
bribed him.
Yeah.
You bribed me.
That's why you didn't hear about it.
That's why I didn't hear
If
about
I knew it was going to be that big of a headache, I would have said that.
You look like that Photoshop lesbian pic.
More
More so now with that hat on.
No. All right.
You ass.
We're done. We're done with this.
You look like a-
I'm tired of the abuse coming from these Neanderthals, man.
You look,
I'm tired of it, dude.
we look like a lesbian fisherman.
He's about to spit it out. He almost got
He's
him.
holding.
It's alcohol.
Almost got him.
Oh, you have the willpower to overlap that. You're not wasting that.
That's right.
Hey. I need a clear one. I'm going to tell AI to turn me into a lesbian fisherman.